All right, thanks guys for joining us. This is our very first Coach Basics call for the month of August. It's August 15th, and I'm super excited to have you guys here on the team. You've made an awesome decision. You are going to love everything about this, and I hope that you guys go all the way to the top with me and the rest of the team, because this can be the biggest blessing for you and for your family and just in your life in general. So I wanted to just spend just 2 minutes just introducing myself, telling you about like where I came from, how I got into this, how it's helped our family, and then I'm going to just lay down just very simply basically the basics of what you need to be doing as a brand new coach, like first week in, to have success. There's going to be 3 calls total for the Coach Basics. So it's going to be Monday through Friday. A post will go up for 3 weeks, a video or a post, whatever it is. Just check in on your own time each day. It should only take like 10 minutes or so. Really, really soak it all in. And then on Tuesday nights, we will have our call from 8:30 until 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So this is our first one, so we'll have 2 more, and then that will be the completion of Coach Basics. At the very end of the Coach Basics, when you get through the full 3 weeks, there is a certificate that we ask that you print out and just take a quick picture of yourself holding it up and post it into the Coach Basics group so that we know that you actually went through it from front to back. So, all right, so who am I? Where am I from? How did I get into this? All right, so I've been coaching now for 3 full years. My 3-year mark actually came up on June 26th. I was an elementary school teacher for 10 years. I had my master's degree in special education. That is all I ever really wanted to do until I had children, and I always knew that once I had kids, I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I did not see myself doing anything else. That's how my mom raised me and my sister and brother, and that's how my husband's mom raised him and his sister as well. And even though it's not for everybody, for me, that is what was in my heart and what I saw myself doing forever once I had kids. So I did the whole teaching thing for 10 years, and then I had Landon. I have 2 kids. Landon is 5 and Kirsten's 3.5. So as soon as I had Landon, I handed in my paperwork and I totally just resigned from my teaching position. And we knew that things were going to be tight. My husband has a really great job. He has a phenomenal job, but still, when you lose that one income, it obviously, you can feel it, especially since I had had 10 years of experience. I was in a higher paying town and I had my master's degree, so I had all those credentials. Well, it's okay. We were willing to make the sacrifices because all I wanted to do was stay at home with the kids. And so as time went on, things were getting like really tight for us financially wise, and I tend to always live with my head in the sand about those kinds of things. But my husband, on the other hand, is this like super anal retentive, like like German guy who's, you know, he's all into the money and the numbers, and he keeps track of all that stuff. And you know, he's got the MBA in entrepreneurship and all that stuff. So he's the numbers guy. I was just the first grade school teacher, so I didn't like to hear about any of that. Anytime he would mention, we don't have money for this, or you know, we're going further on our credit card debt, I was just like, we're fine, like it's gonna be totally fine, just stop telling me already. And then I had my daughter Kirsten, and my 2 kids are 18 months apart. So now by the time we had her, things were really, really going downhill, like super duper fast. And our house was filled with just so much stress, like so much stress. And the kicker is that nobody, like I'm like such a perfectionist, and I care so much about what people think about me and just image, and no one knew in my family how bad we were struggling. If you looked at where we were living, like we were in a really nice, a brand new home, a nice cul-de-sac road, but we couldn't even afford to live there anymore at this point. And so nobody knew. We were hiding it from everybody because we were just so embarrassed. And then finally, I'll never forget, it was one day, like my daughter was 4 months old at this time. My daughter was 4 months old and my son was 22 months old. And my husband came home from work, and I was, you know, bouncing my daughter in the, you know, foyer of my old home. I'm not there now because I've moved, but I was just like bouncing her, and he's like, you're going to have to go back to your teaching career. And I was like, and he was dead serious about it. Now at this point, like I said, I wasn't paying attention to how bad we were struggling because I was just like head in the sand, like so naive. But we had completely depleted our entire savings account because we were living off of one income. We had racked up $35,000 of credit card debt living off of one income, and we were sinking by like $1,000 every single month. And we were doing everything we could to make ends meet at this point. My husband was doing his full-time job, and he was running 3 businesses on the side. And I was also tutoring pretty much almost every night during the week. So we were doing everything we could, but we just had that feeling of we're screwed. Like there's obviously no way out. But I always feel, and I just remember that feeling, you know, like somebody reaching in and grabbing my heart and just ripping it out because I didn't want to go back to teach. Like I wanted to be at home with my kids. That's all I ever saw myself doing. And it's funny because I just feel like things fall into your lap and happen in your life right at the right time when you need it the most. And it was that weekend that I actually got together and went on a double date with one of my best friends from high school. His name was Matt, and his girlfriend was a coach. And she told me about coaching. And I had already loved the programs because 10 years ago, I was introduced to the original P90X, like the super duper long workout ones where they're like an hour long. And Nick and I, that's my husband, we had already gotten into the best shape of our life with that. So we had that belief in the programs. But the whole business thing, I'm very, like, I love teams. So when she said you're on a team, it's so much fun, I instantly was having flashbacks to high school and college where I did track and field and I was on basketball teams and I did swimming and all these fun things. Like I just loved being a part of teams. So I'm like, this is right up my alley. But then I had my super skeptical, thick-headed, stubborn German husband, Nick, who said, there is no way that you're going to earn an income doing this. Like, this is the biggest scam going. Everything you guys probably thought and said to yourself is exactly what he said. You're not going to make any money. You're better off you might as well just go to a casino and throw money out the window on the table and just lose it because this is not like a real business. You're not going to earn money. It's a total ripoff. Shakeology is a ripoff. This is so stupid. We don't have the money to join this group. I was also 35 pounds heavier at the time, feeling like absolute crap about myself, just kind of falling into the status quo of once you have kids, you could never get your pre-pregnancy body back, just kind of accepting the way I was. But I just felt awful about myself, like just kind of lost, like what the hell is even going on? All I knew was nursing my baby all night long, and I was up every day at 5:30 and all that jazz. So he was extremely skeptical. Since the 3 years of doing this, probably honestly the most skeptical person I have ever met and have heard about. But, you know, when push came to shove, we sat down on the couch and we talked it over and we said, you know what do we have to lose? If anything, I'll be plugged into these awesome challenge groups, these awesome support and accountability groups, and I'll get healthier and I'll lose the weight. And if worse comes to worse and I can't earn any kind of an income, so I can at least keep us afloat, then if it all goes to hell, I can just get my money back. So I knew I really had nothing to lose. So it was kind of like a no-brainer. Like I might as well give this a shot. So I got into this. It was 3 years ago on June 26th, and I got into it, and I remember saying to myself, like, this is it. This is it. Like if you want to stay at home with your kids, Kathy, you don't want to have to leave them, right? Well, then there can't be a plan B for you. This is it. And I remember watching my coach, who's like a millionaire and all that other stuff now, who's been doing this now for like 5 years, and her coach has been doing it for 7 years. And I remember looking at them, seeing all the success, and I remember thinking, you know what? They're no different than me. They're no different than me. They're normal people. And this is so awesome, the potential of this business. Like if they can do it, I can do it. And that is exactly where I'm going. And I'm not going to let anything freaking stop me because I need to be home with my kids. And I came into this, guys, because you might see like where I am now and how we're living our life. And I did not have huge goals with this. So it's okay if you don't have a big vision. I honestly came into this being like, number one, all I want to do is get healthier and lose weight. And number two, let's just earn a couple $100 every week so I could keep ourselves afloat. I was not looking to pay off credit card debt. I was not looking to do anything spectacular. It was just a couple $100, keep us afloat so I could keep staying home. And I got into it, and I started with the 21-day fix, and I started with Shakeology, and I became obsessed, straight up obsessed and addicted. I started loving the way that I was feeling. I had all this energy. I couldn't believe how much energy I had from a superfood shake. So I started having all this energy. I started getting all this confidence. I started looking better. People started noticing and asking me what the heck I was doing. And at the same time while I was doing that, I was also reaching out and building my business and trying to bring people along with me, saying, let's do this together. Let's do this together. And I worked it at nights. I was with my kids during the day because that was my priority. I didn't quit my teaching job that I went to school for and took all those tests for and all that jazz to have my face buried in my computer and my phone. So I was present with them during the day, and I worked my business at night. And to me, it was just a very simple decision. You either sit on the couch every night when the kids go to bed and watch Walking Dead and reruns of Homeland and nothing changes in your life, or you make some temporary sacrifices and you build a business at night. And so that's what I did. And I started small, couple hours. And then I became, like I said, obsessed. I started helping people. They started seeing results. They started helping people. I started helping people be able to, just go down to part-time jobs, to be able to do this full-time, being able to really live these lives that they wanted to live, that they just didn't think was possible. And it was at month 8. What I was earning with this was matching what I was earning when I left my teaching job after 10 years with my master's degree. And when it was under, I just kept going because I was like, I'm not stopping. You know what I mean? So I just kept going. And I remember it was before I hit my year mark, I was a 6-figure income earner. And I kept going because we had all that debt to pay off. So keep in mind that I was doing all this work, okay, to pay off debt and to just make ends meet. And by 15 months in, we were completely debt free. And kind of the rest has been history since then, guys, because now we've just been able to just live life freely. And we sold our house in Massachusetts. We were able to buy this home here, my dream house, right by the beach, like minutes from the beach. This is something I had on my vision board since like the second week or first month or something like that. I became a coach. All these visions that I had that I saw, it wasn't goals and these stupid little things. It was how I really saw myself living my life with my family 3 to 5 years down the road. And I would have pictures of all these things on my board that I looked at every day when I sat down to work. And so I've been able to cross off those things slowly but surely as the years have gone by. And so if there's one thing that I've truly learned from being in this business and just through all the personal development, you're going to hear us talk about this a lot, is personal self-growth and personal development. The coaches on our team, and myself included, we're constantly trying to improve and be better. You can never be good. You can never be just good enough. You can always be a better mom. You can always be a better wife. You can always be a better entrepreneur. You can always do better with choices you make just in your everyday life. So we're constantly reading and listening to things on Audible on our phone. And what I learned by owning this business now, which it is a legit business for me, it's my full-time career. That's actually going to be able to retire my husband from his career very soon, is that you don't have to settle for the good. That no matter how good you think things are in your life right now, they can always be better. And that is what you should strive for while you're here on this earth, because you only have one life to live. And it's not meant to just coast by and coast through. It's meant to be lived with passion and to see what you're truly capable of and to see what your purpose is here. And so it's been amazing, guys, what this has done for our family. Our team is absolutely incredible. You guys are joining a top 50 team in the entire network out of 500,000 teams. We're a 2-time elite team. We're a 10-star diamond team. And you guys probably don't know what any of that means right now, but you'll learn. It means some awesome stuff. It means you guys are in great hands with some incredible leadership and that you have all the tools that you need to succeed in this business. And the choice is yours with what you want to do with it. And Your goals do not need to be my goals or your coach's goals or anybody else's goals on the team. Your goals are your goals. Your vision is your vision. Some people come into this and they want this to be a hobby, and that's okay. They just want to get their Shakeology for free every month, and that's fine. Some people come into this and they want to earn a little bit more cash so that they can help contribute to bills in the house, or so that they can start to save up to take their family on vacations without having to use a credit card. Other people just can't stand their job. They're sick and tired of going into a job that they can't stand, that they can't take time away from because they're not allowed to have a certain amount of time off because they need to be in at a job working for somebody else forever. So they want this to be their full-time career. So this is literally just can be like a stepping stone for you guys into something much bigger. This is just the beginning for you. This can open up doors to so many other things in your life, guys. So it can be whatever you want it to be. And it's awesome. And like I said, your goals do not need to be huge when you first start out with this, because mine weren't either. And honestly, most people don't have huge goals when they first start with this. It's not until they get into it and they start seeing those small wins along the way where they realize, whoa, like this is legit. This is like, if I treat this like a business, this is going to actually reward me like a real business. So I am super pumped for you guys, because this is really my passion, is being able to get people to see what they're truly capable of, rather than just living just a mediocre, okay life of just settling. So this is my jam. All right. So anyways, guys, you guys are brand new coaches. Your head is totally spinning right now, just like mine was. I remember hanging up the phone with my coach the first night I signed up, and I said, oh my God, I don't think I'm smart enough to do this. That's literally, that was the first words out of my mouth. I don't think that I am smart enough to do this. All these words are being thrown at me. I was having emails up the wazoo, being added to groups up the wazoo. I couldn't keep up to a damn thing. It's foreign to you, and it's totally brand new. And what you're feeling and how you feel right now, guys, is totally normal. I just want you to know that what you feel is normal, and you're supposed to feel that way. Because anything that you get started on that's brand spanking new, that you've never done before, is going to be scary. And it's going to make you feel uncomfortable because you don't know anything about it. But you know that you just keep practicing, and you just do a little bit day by day. I'm not about going here balls to the wall here and burning yourself out. I'm talking about, if you want this to truly change your life, you just have to be willing to show up and do a little bit every single day. It's slow and steady wins the race in this business. Okay? So just keep that in mind. And within 3 months, like that's what it was for me, and that's what it is for most coaches, you're going to feel so much better about yourself, and you're going to be like, all right, this is actually starting to make sense now. I'm starting to finally start to get this. So some of the most important things that you should do as a brand new coach. So if you are personally one of my coaches, you'll get an email from me where you definitely should schedule that one-on-one Getting Started Right call. And then in that, I have also attached a new coach to-do list. And in that, I shared with you guys the post that I made on Facebook 3 years ago when I first became a coach myself. Because now that you're a coach, you want to launch your business on social media, which means you're basically just letting people know that you've gotten started on this brand new journey, that you're so excited and passionate about being able to help other people get started on theirs, that you've seen tremendous, if you've been in a challenge group and you've seen results, you've seen incredible results, you believe in this, and now you want to pay it forward to other people. Something like that. And you can read mine and you can use it as a template and tweak it to make it your own. But you're going to want to launch your business. That is step number one. Step number two is just simply being a product of the product. And this is honestly the most important piece to having success as a coach, is not being at your goal weight, but are you in a challenge group all in? Have you gotten awesome kick-ass results? Because I do have people who come on and they just kind of do one toe in and one toe out with that, and they never really drink their shake every day. They're not pressing play every day. They're in and out with a nutrition plan, so they're never really seeing the full effects and the benefits of how these programs and products can really change their life. And you need that piece, because once you feel how awesome it is to gain that confidence back and to feel better about yourself and to see that, holy crap, I can do this from home and get these awesome results. This really works. Like, this is so doable for me with my family. I can just go right down to my basement, whatever. Then you become addicted and you become on a high, and you know that other people around you need this. Because if you were like me, I had tried everything in the books that you can think of in the past. Everything. South Beach, Atkins, whatever, what's it called? Xenadrine or something like that. I did that in college, like all this crazy, stupid crap to try to lose weight the fast way, not the right way. None of it ever worked, and it was never long-lasting results. And it's because that's not sustainable. But with this was where I saw the best results possible that actually lasted. And sure, I go up and down. This is life. You'll not see me with a freaking 8-pack, okay? I like to eat too much pizza. But I have seen awesome results with these programs, and I know they work, and I know it's all about balance and moderation. You can eat all these food groups. So once you get those results and you're on this high, that's where your confidence goes up. That's where you start to be like, you know what? I have no problem telling this, that my friend should do this, because I feel awesome right now, and I know that this works, and they need this in their life. That is how I felt when I was doing the 21-day fix. I was like, holy crap, I can't believe all this time I thought I was going to have to just live like 35 pounds overweight after having kids. It's just how it's going to be forever. And I was going to feel like crap, and this actually works. I have to tell everybody that I come across and contact, every mom, that they need to do this, that they need this in their life. And that's literally what I would say to people. You need this in your life, because this is so awesome. You are going to love it. All right, so that's how you get that confidence piece, is by sticking with the program and getting some awesome kick-ass results that you can share. Because now people are going to be watching you once you make that first post, letting them know you're doing this business. They're going to be watching you, and they're going to be watching your journey. They're not going to be liking a damn thing you post. They're not going to be commenting on a thing that you post, but they have their eyes on you way more than you know, and they're watching you to see the success that you have until the time is right for them, where they're going to reach out to you and be like, all right, it's time for me to get started on this 21-day thing that you've been talking about now for like a year, because I've had it with the way that I feel, and everything I've tried isn't working. So you have to be consistent with that, with just sharing your authentic journey. That's all it is just sharing the raw, the real, your journey, little snippets of it every single day. And when you have those results that now you can share on Facebook and you can, or Instagram, whatever, and you can show to people, listen, for so long I was stuck. I was feeling lethargic. I was feeling crap about myself. I was falling into the status quo of once I had kids, I would never lose that weight. Now I'm in better shape than I am now after having kids because of these programs. That kind of thing. You can share that, and people will be like, seeing a real person and getting real results the right way, with no gimmicks, with no pills, with no quick fixes, with just a superfood shake, with a nutrition plan that you can follow, by pressing play at home, by having you as their personal coach, and then having extra support from an online support and accountability group. People want that, and they need that in their life, okay? So make it a priority, your top priority, to get results, real results, okay? The next thing that I want you guys to say, that I want to talk about with you guys, is just the importance of just being committed to your business. Whether this is a hobby or this is that you want this to be a straight on, full on business, you got to show up every single day. Because imagine you took out like a $500,000 like loan to open up a restaurant or whatever, and you decided and you promoted it and you told people that this is awesome, I opened up this restaurant, like come check it out. And then you'd be open, and then all of a sudden one day people drove by, and on Thursday you weren't, and then on Friday you weren't, and then on Saturday you weren't, but then Sunday you were, and you were really inconsistent. Well, what happened is people would stop coming to your restaurant because they'd be like, you know what? I don't know when the hell that restaurant's ever open. Like sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. I'm going to go down the road to Emma's because I know it's open every single day from 10 o'clock in the morning until 11:30 at night, and I know I can get what I want there, and I know that I can count on them, and I know that they're reliable. That is like you with this business on social media, okay? So just think of it that way, and you don't have to do anything crazy, but just show up every day and share a little snippet, all right? Let's see here. keep in mind, this can be anything, like I said, that you want it to be. If you treat this like a hobby, it's going to reward you like a hobby. If you treat this like a business, like a six-figure, imagine that you treated this the same way that you treated the restaurant that you took out the $500,000 loan for, right? This will reward you tenfold, right? If you treat it like that, like a real business. This can be anything that you want it to be, all right? You have to get out there. Your first goal, all right? The best advice that I can give you guys, because when you start as a brand new coach, you are scared. You want to, like, I bring on some people where they're so wrapped up in like learning it all first that they actually never get started. And trust me, and I hear that because I am the perfectionist too. But the problem is with that is that this is a learn as you go business. The only way that you learn in this business is if you choose to take action and take a little action every single day. If you sit behind the scenes and you are trying to figure it all and get all the information first, nothing is going to happen, because inaction breeds fear and it'll paralyze you, and then you won't do anything. The best advice that I can give you is to just be plugged into our Coach Basics group every day. Share something inspirational or of value every day on social media, and reach out and connect with a couple people. We recommend that you guys reach out to at least 3 people every day, just behind the scenes, just talking with them. Our job is not to be a salesperson, okay? I totally suck at sales. Like, I was a first grade school teacher, okay? And I hate salespeople because they just give you that disgusting, icky feeling where you just want to run for the hills from, okay? This is a sharing business. If you love these programs and these products and you're passionate about them, really passionate about them, and you have that love for it, then you will have no problem sharing with people. And people will be feeding right into that. They won't help but be able to be compelled to go to you and drawn to you because you have that confidence and that enthusiasm and that excitement. And it's just because of that love that you have and that passion that you have for what you're doing. Okay. So the key components that I wanted to say, that I just wanted to recap one more time, are make your post on social media, letting people know that you're a coach and what you're doing. And if you want, you can send it over to me. I can read it over, tweak it for you. Make sure you put a really nice, fun picture with it of yourself or a quote, whatever, of your family. Be proof the product works. So make sure you're in a challenge group getting results. Just check the Coach Basics group once a day. That's it. And just share something on social media every day. In our group in Coach Basics, you're going to see that one of the books that we want you to read during this is called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. That will be your personal development. And now we're not asking that you sit down and read for an hour. And we're not even asking you to read the actual book. If you want to do it on Audible, I do everything on Audible on my phone. I actually don't listen to my workouts when I do my workouts. I actually listen to my personal development and I mute my workouts. And that's when I get my personal development in. So whatever works for you. But we just say 10 minutes a day. That's it. Literally, it is slow and steady wins the race. It's little decisions every day. So you can either choose to read The Compound Effect, or you can choose to read The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. And I'll be honest, that one is my favorite book of all times. So if I were you and I were to choose one, it is a little bit longer, but it's the freaking best book. It is awesome. It is so awesome. And it doesn't just help you with just business. It helps you with all areas of your life. It's really, really phenomenal. So anyways, one more last quick thing. In Team Forever Strong, if you go in there and you look at our cover photo at the top, you will always see a calendar where all of our really important dates and groups are kicking off. So just make sure you check that and write it down in like a planner. And then we do have our team calls every Thursday night at 8:30 too. So that's basically it. I don't want to go over too much. It's super overwhelming. I know. We are totally here for you. I'm here for you every single step of the way. If you want to walk, I will walk with you. If you want to jog, I will jog. If you want to full on sprint with this thing, I'm your girl. I will sprint right next to you the whole way. whatever you want this to be, it can be, and I will be right there by your side the whole way. So does anybody have any questions? Ashley, do you have any questions about anything that I went over? Yes? No? I'll unmute if you can't figure it out. Hold on. Let me just unmute you here.
I think the biggest thing is I just need to put together my Facebook launch thing.
Yeah, exactly. And don't overthink it. If you can't find in the email that I sent you, I think I sent it over today, or was it last night? I can't remember.
I think, yeah, last night. And I have it here, so.
Okay.
I can put something together tonight and get it to you.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And honestly, the best advice that I can give you seriously is to just be yourself. This is the only business in the world where you can actually be yourself and not have to worry about being like me or being like somebody else, or that this isn't going to work unless I be like this person. As a matter of fact, the only way this does work is if you're just your freaking self, because you want to attract people who are like you onto your team as time goes on. You want to draw like your people to you. And if you're trying to be somebody else, you're going to just attract the wrong people, and it's never really going to feel right. And what I love so much too, like I wanted to say really quick about this business, is that, you know, every other business that you would own, like my husband was a photographer before and a videographer, right? And like, yeah, the money is really good when you're out there taking the photos, right? And you're doing the videos, and that's great. But as soon as you stop doing that, the income stops coming in. And what's so awesome about this business, guys, is that like there's no inventory or anything, and you can do it from anywhere, on your phone, on your computer, on an airplane, in a hotel, when I go to visit my parents in South Carolina. And you can grow it to a certain point where it is okay to stop and take time off and go on a month-long vacation to the beach, or take a maternity leave. And you know what? Your paycheck is still going to keep coming in every single week, and actually be more than it was from the week prior, because you've actually laid the groundwork and have like laid that foundation for it. So it's freaking awesome. I mean, if there's anything that's going to lead you to live a life of freedom, like I try to get people to just really see their life in front of them, like who they like to, who would, like if time was not a problem and finances were literally no problem at all, like how exactly would your life look? Where would you be? Who would you be spending it with? What would you be doing? Because you literally can do that with this business, you know? It's really crazy what it can do if you just can see that vision and put yourself there. So yeah, start with that, and I'll check it over, no problem. And it's really helpful if you get a planner. And just, I didn't have somebody tell me this when I first started, and I am not organized. I am the biggest cluster F you will ever meet. Like my husband always says to me, I don't know how the hell you did this, because you're a mess. So that's any kind of reassurance to you. Just say, I'm definitely not one of those that has my shit together. But definitely having a planner totally helps. Just kind of going into the team page and looking at the cover photo and just, you know, plugging in the important dates, plugging in, okay, I have my Coach Basics call for 3 weeks on Tuesdays at 8:30 to 9. All right, I have my team call on Thursdays at 8:30, and just kind of plugging in the things, and then really just being realistic with everything you have going on in your life, because we all have families, most of us, and a lot of us are doing full-time jobs, and we have kids with sports and husbands and houses and pets, and we're crazy. And just looking at the week ahead of you and plugging in, like it's literally like when I was a teacher, we would do this, like, okay, when can I work on this business? Yeah. And like, it's not about sitting down and doing like a 5-hour chunk at one time. It's just like, all right, I can do 30 minutes in the morning from 9 to 9:30, or I can do 30 minutes at night from 8:30 to 9 when the kids go to bed, you know, and just plugging them in. Like I have most of my successful coaches on this team are full-time working teachers with 3 or 4 kids, and they can't sit down and do like a big long chunk at once. So they will do like half an hour in the morning, and they'll do like a half an hour like later on at night. So just be realistic. There's no right or wrong way to do it. You just have to be willing to do it a little bit every day. So, Yeah, I hope that that helps because nobody told me that either. And when I first started, like I try to use my mistakes that kind of stressed me out, and overwhelmed me to help other people. So that doesn't happen to you guys. But I got so like enthralled in this and so overwhelmed with it that I was doing it like all the time. And I wasn't like 100% with like the family when I was supposed to be. And then I really wasn't giving 100% to the business. So that's when I had to be like, okay, I'm only doing this at night because it's the only damn time that I can have no distractions. So just be realistic. Make sure your spouse is on board and that you communicate what's going to work with your family. And yeah, I think that's basically it. I'm excited with you guys. I'm excited to see where this leads you and just this journey for you guys. You're going to be so inspiring. You can inspire so many people. When you see how rewarding this is, when you start getting those messages from people where they tell you, like, oh my gosh, because of you, you've changed my life. You can't quit because people are relying on you. People are counting on you. And you'd be doing them a disservice by being like, see you later. So, and that feeling is what becomes addicting, is knowing that, wow, I really am like changing lives here, actually saving lives. So if there's no more questions, I will let you go for the night. Anything else?
I think I'm good.
Good. That's awesome. I'm so excited for you guys. And thanks so much for being here. Welcome to the team again. And if there's anything that you need, don't hesitate to ask. You should have a lot of questions. I remember what it was like. I had hundreds of questions. Feel free to post on the team page. You can tag me in the team page. I like to do that because then I can answer the question in front of the other 600 people that are in the team page, because if you have that question, then somebody else has it, and there's always new coaches being added in. So the best bet is to post on the team page, tag me. YouTube was my best friend when I first became a coach. Don't be afraid to be resourceful. You're a business owner now, and it's super exciting. So welcome to the team again, and I hope you guys have a great night, and thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.